All right, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. And here we go with Alphabet. See what the mystery quest of today is, and it's the sins of Antiquity. Alphabet is lost in thought. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, hurry return to your duties at the Forgotten Night. Let us go and speak with Sir Armak, Tickman. I'll worry for his well-being. Alright, she went off this way. This is not the way I want to go. I want to go over to the Forgotten Night. Okay, so he's in the Forgotten Night. Awesome. Let's head on over. Oh wait, he's beside. There's the Forgotten Knight over here. He's in his chamber. You stand before the congregation of the Outer Knights. Most heavenly, the headquarters of knights stand and serve the Holy See. Go, and here's Temple Knight Guard. An audience with the Lord Commander? Yes, of course. Proceed to the seat of the Lord Commander. Offered it? Steam? Curse those bloody horsens and piss on their swiveling round table. I thought you was going to change your armor. Sir Armak? Yeah, I thought he was going to change back into black. Guess he likes the red from the bloodshed of the dragon that rained upon his head.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatosker, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too-fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
Where is the other eye? Still don't know.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Ser Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Master Poker, Master Alvin. I, Amalric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Life or death, I will have Zoro's head for what he did to Haurchefant. Ooh. Yeah, life for death. I shall have Zoro's head for what he did to Haurchefant. Like that answer. Yes, of course. You two were close, I know. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. The Archbishop and his Heaven's Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning. The Tickman and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the high houses. Ceaseless maneuvering. One second. Go. Alright, let me read. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult, even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet, walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nightcar's death did not mark the cessation of Trebanian hostilities. Far from it. Now we will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Adamec. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. Alright, I took out the boost a little bit. It looked a little bit too washed out for me, but that's looking better. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Tickman, Master Alfred, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Tickman. I believe we have much to discuss. Yes, we do. And the sins of Antiquity is complete. That was a nice little story. Achievement unlocked. You say you want a revolution. Yes, I do. But that is it for today, so thanks for joining me. My name's Tick, and we'll be back tomorrow for the next quest in search of the Soel. Until then, y'all take care.